I used to be somebody who chased trends, not necessarily because I liked them, but because I wanted people to like me. To be quite honest, I was a people pleaser. And when you're a people pleaser, you kind of shapeshift. You adjust depending on who's around. You listen to different music when certain people are with you. You wear a certain type of clothes. You speak a certain way, and you don't really realize it. You think you're fitting in, but you're slowly drifting away from who you are. You are losing that connection that you have with yourself. I would convince myself that I like these things, that everybody liked me because I would wear them, or I would do certain things, And what I think is interesting is it's never enough. When you're a people pleaser, it never is enough because you can never please everybody. It's a losing battle that sooner or later you need to understand that you just have to quit. You gotta stop. There's probably gonna be somebody watching this video that doesn't like me, that doesn't like my face, doesn't like the way that I talk, doesn't like the team on my hat, or anything, whatever it is. They click off. What can I do about that? Nothing. Who fucking cares? Who cares, right? I used to care. I really did. I used to emotionally put this pressure on me to please to everybody, right? Have everybody like me. Everybody like Jer. And I was a nice guy. I wasn't somebody unlikable, but it comes to a point. I think the turning point for me was not when I realized how to make everybody like me. It was essentially when I stopped trying to make everybody like me. And I realized, oh my goodness, what was I doing this whole time? When you stop reaching outward for validation and you start reaching inward for that, you start noticing that this whole time your gut and your heart and everything inside was telling you what you really enjoyed, what you really liked. When you walk in a store and you see a pair of shoes you like, you know that you like them. You know it. And it's the same feeling when you're in school and there's, your crush is next to you or walks in the room, whatever type of context, and you get these butterflies in you. That's what it is. You're not faking it. You don't need to ask your friends if you should like this person. You don't need that validation, that permission. It's in you. It's your gut feeling. That's instinct, and you should trust that instinct because it's you. And the more I started trusting this inner instinct, my gut, the more I became myself, the more solid I became with myself. I made this realization that the only person I actually have to live with 24/7 is myself. So why am I designing somebody that's meant for other people to like and not for me to like? And the moment you start, or I guess you stop making everybody like you, and you start being yourself, you realize that you become a lot more respected. Because people, we have this ability to fish out inauthenticity. When somebody's being fake, it's quite evident. And so that's why it's you have to you naturally respect people that are themselves. You know it, you see it. And sometimes you don't understand it, right? Some people, they hate what they don't understand, but at the very least, they put a little bit of respect to it. And it creates this positive feedback loop where the more you are authentic, the more you gain respect, and the more you start realizing or you start noticing people that are themselves. And so this mutual respect starts to grow, and it becomes much more prominent as you become much more yourself, right? You start gaining this environment of people that are themselves and that respect you. You know, if you ask me what freedom is, I'd say freedom is just that. It's the ability to just be yourself and exist and fucking do what you want to do and not have this internal pressure to please that person and that person, because you're never going to please everybody. So, have a good day.